people, welcome back to BigTimes Podcast, the home where we break down big topics in technology, big topics in money, big topics in politics, and make them simple for even an ordinary person can understand. So if you are new here, remember to hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to BigTimes Podcast and remember to follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and each and every social media platform. So my people, today you have a very interesting topic, and this episode we are talking about money. Every time our Gen Zs bring about this topic about money, most Gen Zs get two moods. One, they want to be rich by 25, and two, they ask themselves, why is my bank account looking like a desert? So my people, today we are diving deeper into the future of money and banking in Kenya. What's working, what's broken, and what's next, So we are starting, let's start with the Kenyan banks. You walk into a bank hall, you sign up for a waiting line longer than a Safaricom customer care queue on a busy network day. By the time you are served, you already reconsidered your whole life, and you don't get me started with the hidden charges. So you deposit 10,000 Kenyan shillings, and somehow by next week you are like, why am I being charged for ledger fees? You don't know even the definition of ledger fees. So banks love these small cards that bleed customers without even realizing. Another big loophole in banking sector in Kenya is about the loans. So my people, try applying for a loan from your bank, and it's like applying for a visa to Mars. A lot of paperwork, guarantors here and there, and they still tell you that your risk profile is too high. So meanwhile, Shylocks and mobile loan apps are out there giving loans faster than even you can say about Fuliza, And that's why a lot of young people are ditching traditional banks and going back to the mobile money, fintech apps, or just saving on M-Pesa app. So let's just be honest. Most Gen Zs don't trust banks the way our parents did. Our parents thought that having a checkbook meant you are somebody. But us, we are like, why should I waste time in a bank when I can save, or just borrow cash in my phone in seconds? M-Pesa basically turned every Kenyan into their own bank, and fintech apps like Tala, Branch, and KCB M-Pesa are eating the bank lunch. There's here a flip side that mobile money has its own challenges too. Fraud is on the rise. So if I may ask you, how many of you have ever received that fake SMS saying that you have received 5,000 from just a random number, hoping that you will send it back? Scammers are getting smarter every day. Even SIM swaps, where someone just hijacks your line and drains your accounts. That's very scary, So, where the future headed? First, expect digital banking to become the main thing, No more big bank halls with plastic chairs. We are talking about banks that exist 100% online. You'll open an account on an app, get customer service through an AI chatbot, and do everything without stepping into a branch. Actually, Equity and KCB banks are already moving that direction, reducing physical branches and pushing apps more than often, So my people, second, you need to expect blockchain and digital currencies to start shaping the table, I know crypto is like that one wild cousin who shows up uninvited at family gathering But blockchains tech is not a joke. The Central Bank of Kenya is already testing out the idea of that is digital shillings, sending money instantly with zero charges. No middleman, no delays that could totally disrupt banks and even M-Pesa. But hold up for a minute, there are challenges too. Digital banking means bigger risks for cybercrimes. If hackers break into a system, just like some days ago when Seth Moabe hacked a betting company, that's a million gone in seconds. And don't forget that the digital divide. What about the people in rural areas with no smartphones or poor internet? So if banks go fully digital, will some Kenyans be left behind? So those are a question that most of the banking sectors should ask themselves. So another thing we can't ignore is trust. Banks in Kenya have had their scandals. Collapsed banks like Chase Bank and the Imperial Bank are still fresh in people's memories. Folks lost their savings, and they just lost their savings overnight. So even as the sector evolves, people will keep asking, can we really trust the banks with our money? Or is the future about self-controlled wallets, fintech apps, and decentralized systems? So those are the questions that most people will be asking themselves. So picture this future, that is by 2030. You are chilling at home and your bank is literally an app on your phone. You need a loan, you apply. AI checks your M-Pesa history, your TikTok spending patterns, and boom, the money is disbursed in minutes. No paperwork, no bank manager with attitude. Paying bills automatically instant and with no extra fees. What about fraud? Blockchain makes it harder to fake transaction, and maybe banks will finally stop charging us for every little thing. So my people, so here is the big takeaway. The future of money and banking in Kenya is digital and fast, and it's more personal but also risky. If we are not careful, banks need to adapt. Banks need to cut out shady fees. They need to embrace fintech partnerships and actually serve young people, not frustrate them. And this is because, to be real, that Gen Z doesn't want to queue at a branch for 3 hours just to withdraw 1,000 bob. We want control, we want speed, and we want transparency. And my people, as we wrap up, that's for today on BigTimes Podcast. If you have ever been hit with those mysterious bank charges that make you cry, or if you believe that mobile money is the real king of Kenyan banking, so just let me know in the comments. So remember to comment your mind about this in the comment section, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and follow BigTimes Podcast on Facebook, TikTok, and everywhere else. The money future is coming, and whether we like it or not, you have got to be ready for it. So thank you guys. We appreciate you for this. And remember to hit that subscribe button and follow BigTimes Podcast. Bless.